The ball goes out of the fence for six. Suryakumar Yadav leads India to win against Pakistan. 14 सितंबर 2025 की शाम एक अद्भुत घटना होती है क्रिकेट के मैदान में, यूएई में। भारत और पाकिस्तान का युद्ध चल रहा होता है और जब भारत इस मैच को जीत लेता है, भारत का कप्तान सूर्यकुमार यादव वो पाकिस्तानी प्लेयर से हैंडशेक करने को ही मना कर देता है और फिर बाकी सारे इंडियन प्लेयर्स उसको फॉलो करते हैं। उसके बाद जब पोस्ट मैच प्रेजेंटेशन की बारी आती है, पाकिस्तानी कप्तान सलमान अली आगा प्रेजेंटेशन में आने को ही मना कर देते हैं और जब सूर्यकुमार यादव को सवाल पूछा जाता है तब वो रिप्लाई करता है। इस डिसीजन में बीसीसीआई, इंडियन कैप्टन, इंडियन कोच and the Indian government, all of these are aligned perfectly. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video of the series One Article Every Day from the Indian Express. And this time around I have come up with an article which talks about a different ball game altogether in UAE. You must have seen quite frequently that before the India and Pakistan clash, the reporters asked this question repeatedly to all the former Indian captains, including the present Indian captain, Suryakumar. The question is, hello Suryakumar, so tomorrow is the India and Pakistan, the biggest rivalry. So how are you planning this game differently and how do you see this game differently? And the answer to this question is very common. All the captains have repeatedly answered the same thing again and again. And they say, well, tomorrow's game is just like another game for us. Pakistan is just like another country for us. We just want to get on with the game. So there is no special plans for this. और जब कोई पत्रकार जानबूझ के इंडियन प्लेयर या इंडियन कैप्टन को राजनीति में खींचने की कोशिश करता है, तब इंडियन प्लेयर का यही जवाब होता है, यार मुझे पॉलिटिक्स में मत खींचो। देयर इज अ बिग लाइन बिटवीन क्रिकेट एंड पॉलिटिक्स। और राजनीति वो तो सियासत का खेल है ना। बट ऑन 14 September 2025, the big line between the cricket and the politics has been broken when Suryakumar and co decided to refuse the handshakes with the Pakistani players. The thick and the shaky distinction between the politics and the cricket ends there and there itself. And in a game that is kicked off with the national anthem, this particular distinction is roughed off completely. And Suryakumar Yadav, the Indian captain, when he said that the BCCI and the Indian government, Indian coach and the Indian captain, all are aligned, and it means the politics is aligned with the cricket. And with this alignment, the topic of sportsman spirit has been buried down in the deserts of Dubai. Well, this topic is very debatable. No side is perfectly right, no side is perfectly wrong. We cannot say that the supporters of Indian captain's decision are perfectly right, and we cannot say that the opposers of the Indian captain's decision are also not right. Those who oppose the captain's decision argue that this particular refusal of handshakes is an act of weaponizing the sports, and those who support the captain's decision argue by saying no goodwill can happen between the two team players, especially when the bloodshed of the Pahalgam attack has not yet dried. So those who support the captain's decision argue by saying the handshake with the Pakistani players is an act of hypocrisy, because in the sporting event the handshake is an indication of civility. Do you know what is civility? Let me explain you. तो जब मैदान में दो टीम आपस में भिड़ रही होती है, हीट ऑफ द मोमेंट में बहुत सारे प्लेयर्स के दरम्यान द वर्बल अब्यूजेस, वर्बल फाइट्स होती रहती है, और आफ्टर द एंड ऑफ द गेम देयर इज दिस handshake in between the players. It means there is ceasefire and peace between the two players, between the two teams. But here, in the case of India and Pakistan game, the peace between the two countries is impossible, especially when the two countries are at the loggerheads with each other. And those who oppose the Indian team captain's decision argues by saying India is normalizing a new way of civility, and it is called as civil animosity. Let me explain you what is civil animosity. It means India is playing with Pakistan whenever needed, especially in the big multilateral tournaments, because there is a great business over there. So sports is nothing but a business, and India, moreover, is not getting involved in any kind of symbolism, but want to play with Pakistan when needed. Isn't this much bigger hypocrisy? Now, the three questions are to be raised. And the first question is, now, what a true cricket fan is expected to do? Before the match happened, the Indian and Pakistani fans were seen chattering and chilling down with each other. But after the Indian cricket team's captain refusal of handshakes and Pakistan cricket team's captain's absence in the post-match presentation ceremony, the line between the fans is redrawn again. Will we get to see the stadium with an islands of separate fandoms? Now the second very important question. Where does this leave the former cricketers now? Let's say Wasim Akram and Ravi Shastri. Currently they are commentating together in Asia Cup, and they share a great friendship bond over the years since their playing days itself. They once even ran a YouTube channel together named Shazwaz. Now, do they have to break their friendship and sit separately? And now the last question. Where does this leave the smaller nations in the cricketing fraternity? Because the smaller nations have both India and Pakistani origin players in the team. There was this video viral in the social media where Gill was criticized a lot because he was seen helping out one of the Hong Kong player because he was the Pakistan origin player. Now it will be interesting to see what India and Pakistani players will do in their next face-off. In the end, it's a free world. It's Indian team's choice to take their own actions. But one thing is for sure, don't politicize sports now is an empty slogan. Thank you guys. See you in the next video.